Once a jolly swagman, he can't buy a billabong under the shade of a coolabah tree. And he sang as he watched and waited till his belly boiled. You'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. Waltzing Matilda, you'll come a waltzing Matilda with me. And he sang.
Sawadee ka, and welcome to Thai Oz Talk, wherever you are in the world today. I'm Jaye Walton for TV Channel 11 in Thailand and the neighbouring countries, for the Thai Global Network. We're very proud that it's now 170 countries, and for Channel 31 in Adelaide in South Australia. Every week when we meet, wherever you are in the world, you have to be aware of the trees that just fill this park here at Nai Park, Bangkok, a Raffles International Hotel. We're very proud of the trees here, and when the owner of this property, Tanpuying Letsak, Sampatasiri, planted the trees, they were planted with a great deal of care and a great deal of love. So I'm very pleased today to have the opportunity to talk to somebody who's actually suggesting that you plant a tree today. I'm very pleased to welcome to the program and to introduce to you Mr. Andy Steele from Plant a Tree Today. Welcome to Thai Oz Talk.
Thanks very much.
How did you get involved in this?
This was primarily a brainchild of myself and a number of other people who got involved, who realised that we needed to take action against climate change and the mass deforestation that we saw. It was driven by the fact that we've got children, and we know that the problems that are abound are affecting our future generations and grandchildren we don't know yet. We wanted to do something about it. So
what were you doing before?
I'm an engineer.
What kind of an engineer?
I was an aircraft technician in the Royal Navy.
Really?
Yep.
And you really you must be obsessed with trees to be doing what you're doing.
No, I came across to Asia to work in the power industry and realised that I was polluting the atmosphere with the work I was doing. I was then recruited to come and work for a forestry company, and then this was something that started out as a part-time jaunt, and it's developed, the momentum that's been gained has developed into a full swing UK charity. It's now spreading throughout Southeast Asia, Australia and China.
It's amazing, isn't it? How long has that taken to develop?
18 months.
All those countries and all that area so quickly. Does this mean that people are thinking about trees but need leadership?
I think that they need the ability to come to an organisation like ourselves where it's very simple. People can go online, choose a location and pay by credit card and plant a tree, and we take it into remote regions of Thailand. So
really?
We do the work for them.
Who's knowledgeable enough to know which trees you have to be planting in which areas?
We work with Chiang Mai University, Dr. Stephen Elliott from the Forest and Research Unit.
This is in Thailand. What about all the other countries that you're in?
We're just forming in Indonesia. Literally yesterday they've submitted the application for the foundation, and they've got connections with the relevant forestry departments in Jakarta. So we're making sure we're working with the right people. In Thailand primarily we have worked in the past with the Royal Forestry Department and also the FIO.
Thailand is really very tree conscious.
Definitely.
I've been involved with Thailand such a long time, a long time, and there was a problem, I know that, up in Chiang Mai with slash and burn and all that kind of thing. But we've overcome that to a large degree, and the general population are very aware of trees now. Have you found that in Queensland in Australia, you tell me you're there, that they're obsessed with trees?
I think that the issue about climate change has taken hold now in Australia through the media coverage, and people are becoming more and more aware of the issues in Australia and looking for a way to tackle it. We've got representation now on the ground in Australia looking to set up, hopefully launching in July, and they're looking for corporate sponsorship if anybody's listening and we're looking for somebody. The issue is that the Australian government are throwing money at this problem, which is fantastic, and they're looking to plant in different areas in Queensland, but the PATT Foundation will look at small-scale projects in Australia and primarily raise funds to put the money into projects in Southeast Asia where it matters the most.
It's a very catchy name, isn't it? PATT, P-A-T-T?
A little bit. It's from Plant a Tree Today, and we just came up with the
I think
PATT
it's
Foundation.
wonderful. It's really wonderful. What are you doing here in Thailand this visit?
We've got a number of projects that we've already conducted. We're following up on auditing on those guys, make sure everything's running smoothly. But the major focus is an educational awareness campaign. We're starting to get into the schools and educate the children. They're the future leaders of tomorrow. If we educate them now on the issues that were happening today, when they're leaders of industry or leaders of countries, then they might make the right decision in the future.
It's good to be planning that far ahead.
I care about my kids and my grandkids.
Well, this is it, you see. We didn't do it. There's a whole generation out there that took trees for granted.
Definitely, and I think a lot of people are taking the economic value and maximising profit from forestry, which we understand development will happen, but it's just got to be systematic and careful about the way it's approached. And for the developers that are actually expanding, we're working very closely with Raymond Land, who are a company who have realised that, okay, we can't stop development, but we can give back and put something into another area of the country. And I wish more companies would adopt the same approach.
But Raymond Land are very broad in their thinking. They build beautiful buildings, but they are aware of the environment.
Sure, you can see in their logo it's developing a better environment.
Exactly, and people need to copy that. But I like the fact that Plant a Tree a Day, or today, PATT, is primarily concerned not only with planting trees, but with the corporate planting, which is what we're talking about with Raymond Land, isn't it?
Well, Raymond Land are looking at their corporate social responsibility programme and making sure that they are not deemed to be the bad guys. They want to stand out as a leader in the market, showing that they can give back to society and to the environment. There's a lot more that can be done in terms of the corporate side. We take team building exercises, or companies on team building exercises, planting trees, as well as taking school children out planting trees as well.
Well, see, that's the other thing, the environmental education that you're doing is so valuable too. I hope that Raymond Land will make it possible for you to come back to Thai Oz again and maybe bring maps and show us where you're planting and what you're doing.
Definitely.
So that we can have a visual picture.
Well, we're in the process now of applying for a foundation status in Thailand, so we can launch ourselves officially and have a recognition on the ground for what we're doing within Thailand.
Well, if you need any help, let me know.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for joining me today. I do hope that you've enjoyed today's program. Perhaps we made you think a little bit about the trees that you do or you do not take care of in your own life. We all should be looking at our trees. Wherever you are, thank you for joining me today, and I hope I'll have your company again next week. Sawadee ka.